And the Vezina trophy goes to Dominik Hašek.
Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hašek.
Dominik Hašek.
Dominik Hasek.
Dominik Hasek.
Cutting it back and scoring! Oh, I don't believe it! Ladies and gentlemen, another miracle! Dominik Hašek!
Our story doesn't begin in a high-tech training facility. It begins in Pardubice, Czechoslovakia, in 1970. A 5-year-old boy named Dominik Hasek. He was 3 years younger than the other boys, but the coaches noticed something immediately. This kid didn't just want to stop the puck. He had to stop the puck. He would spend hours practicing his flexibility, a chaotic, flexible, and lightning-fast system of survival. By age 16, he was the youngest player in the history of the Czechoslovak Extraliga. He was a prodigy of reflexes, a human rubber band who could read a shooter's mind before the puck even left the blade.
This guy had a method to his movements, to his madness.
His complete level, I tell you, was insane.
Came in front, quick shot. Hašek made the save with his head. Call a cop, he robbed him. Call a whole troop of cops.
I would not change one thing.
And the Czech Republic will do it.
To the fans in Pardubice, he was already a legend. To the rest of the world, he was a mystery waiting to be discovered. In 1983, drafting a player from behind the Iron Curtain was a massive gamble. The Iron Curtain wasn't just a political barrier. It was a wall that prevented the best players in the world from testing themselves against the NHL.
I didn't know what does it mean to be drafted.
You had to defect. You had to leave the system.
So if you defect from the Soviet Union, you've committed a crime.
Many thought Hasek would never even see the inside of an NHL arena. He stayed in Czechoslovakia for 7 more years, winning multiple Goaltender of the Year awards and proving he was the best player in Europe. When he finally arrived in Chicago in 1990, the transition wasn't easy. The NHL was a league of structure and textbook technique, and Hasek was a whirlwind of chaos. To the Blackhawks management, Hasek looked lucky rather than good. They didn't understand that his flopping was actually a calculated masterpiece of geometry. He wasn't out of control. He was simply using every inch of his body to take away the net.
Great athlete who happened to wear goaltender pads.
Oh, I can't believe that puck never went in the net. How in the world did he stop that?
So many hands and legs and everywhere.
Oh, my Lord! I don't believe it! I don't believe it!
Nobody did what he did. He revolutionized the position.
I think it's the greatest gift any coach could have is a goaltender of his magnitude.
Oh, my! Showtime!
In 1992, Chicago made what many now call the most lopsided trade in hockey history, sending Hasek to Buffalo Sabres for Stefan Beauregard and a draft pick. In Buffalo, the legend of the Dominator truly began.
He came here, and people said, well, he can't last. It's not going to, it won't work. He doesn't play goal the right way. No, he played goal the Dominik way.
In for Wade, going in on goal. Oh,
Under the guidance of goalie coach Mitch Korn, Hasek was finally given the freedom to be himself. Korn realized that you couldn't coach Hasek in the traditional sense. You could only refine his madness. He would drop his stick to cover the puck with his blocker hand, a move that was technically legal at the time, but so fast the refs didn't notice. By 1994,
And the Vezina award goes to Dominik Hasek.
his 1.95 goals against average was the lowest the NHL had seen in 20 years, an era where scoring was much higher than it is today. If you want to know how good Hasek was, look at the Hart Trophy. The Hart is for the league's most valuable player, an award almost always given to high-scoring forwards like Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, or Jaromir Jagr. In 1997, Hasek won it. Then, in 1998, he won again. He remains the only goaltender in history to win the Hart Trophy twice. During this era, Hasek was more than just a goalie. He was a psychological weapon. Shooters would come down on a breakaway and visibly hesitate because they didn't know what Hasek was going to do. Would he stack his pads? Would he dive at their feet? He would lure them into a wide-open gap and then snatch away with a limb that seemed to double in length. He led the league in save percentage for 6 consecutive seasons, 1993 to 1999, a feat of consistency that seems impossible in the modern era of the game.
Thought that when he was flopping around and making these crazy saves that it was just guessing. He actually practiced that stuff.
He was one of the first guys to learn how to seal the ice.
And so you talk about snow angels and some of the things that he did. It was all calculated to take space away, to take ice away, to prevent goals.
Well, if it wasn't Dominik Hašek, I probably wouldn't believe it, but that's kind of routine.
While his NHL stats were legendary, Hasek's greatest moment happened on the global stage. The 1998 Nagano Olympics were the first to feature NHL players, the best on best. Canada and the USA were the heavy favorites. In the semifinals against a Canadian team featuring Gretzky, Lindros, and Bourque, Hasek was an impenetrable wall. The game went to a shootout, and Hasek stopped all 5 Canadian shooters, including the best in the world. In the gold medal game against Russia, he posted a shutout when the Czech Republic won gold. The country didn't just celebrate, they worshipped him.
I think Dominik Hasek's the best Sabre of all time.
He was the most dominant player in the world at that time. Absolutely.
No, he was one and only. I don't think you'll ever see anybody like him again.
In 1999, Hasek dragged an underdog Buffalo Sabres team all the way to the Stanley Cup final against the Dallas Stars. It was a battle of the Titans, Hasek versus Ed Belfour. The series ended in one of the most controversial moments in sports history, Brett Hull's no goal in triple overtime. Hasek had played one of the greatest games of his life, making 50 saves in a marathon performance that lasted nearly 6 periods. When the goal was allowed despite Hull's skate being in the crease, it was a crushing blow to the city of Buffalo. Hasek had given everything to the franchise, but the ultimate prize remained just out of reach. This loss only fueled his desire to find a team that could help him get over the finish line. By 2001, Hasek knew his window was closing. He requested a trade to a contender and landed with the Detroit Red Wings.
For the Detroit Red Wings and for myself to be able to bring Dominik to the Detroit Red Wings. He's one of the greatest goaltenders in the history of our league. He's got 6-time Vezina Trophy winner, 2-time Most Valuable Player, and with that, I'd like to welcome.
He famously said, "I am here to win the cup, nothing else." The 2002 Red Wings were a super team. When the Red Wings defeated Carolina to win the cup, the image of Hasek finally lifting the trophy was a culmination of a 30-year journey. Most goalies retire in their mid-30s as their reflexes slow down. Hasek was just getting started. After a brief retirement, he returned to the Red Wings and later the Ottawa Senators. Even at age 41, he was still among the league leaders in save percentage, proving that his unorthodox style was actually more durable than the rigid styles of his peers. He returned to Detroit one last time in 2007, sharing duties with Chris Osgood. In 2008, at the age of 43, Hasek won his 2nd Stanley Cup. He was the oldest starting goalie to ever win a playoff game at the time. His longevity was a testament to his fitness and his mental obsession with the game.
Grab the Stanley Cup, throw it over his head. You could just see, like, basically it's like, you know, I told you so. I came here to win the Stanley Cup, and we won a Stanley Cup. He thought he could save anything, any shot at any time, and that mindset and that mentality made him, you know, arguably one of the greatest goaltenders of all time.
He finished his career with the highest save percentage in NHL history, .922. He won 6 Vezina trophies and 2 Hart trophies. He was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 2014. But his true legacy is a highlight reel. The barrel rolls, the stick drops, the Hasek slide, and the desperation save that made us believe in magic. He didn't just play the position, he reinvented it. The debate for the greatest goalie ever usually comes down to 3 names: Patrick Roy for his rings, Martin Brodeur for his wins, and Dominik Hasek for his pure dominance. In his prime, Hasek was statistically superior to everyone who has ever played. He played for teams that weren't always favorites, yet he made them champions. He was a dominator, not because he was perfect, but because he was unstoppable. He was a skinny kid with screw-on skates who became the king of the ice. Dominik Hasek, the man who turned goaltending into a chaotic art form, and the man who simply refused to let the puck in